Hey there, this is Anna Neff, founder and creator of freedomjunkie.com, and welcome to the Future Self Visualization. I want you to get into a comfortable position where you'll be able to lie still for a while. Now, allow your eyes to close and begin by focusing your awareness on your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in easily and effortlessly, and breathing out. Each breath allows you to become more relaxed and comfortable. Outside sounds only allow you to go deeper inside, a reminder of how good it is to leave the noise and stress of the outside world and journey into the quiet and peace of your inner world. As you allow yourself to go deeper into a state of relaxation, perhaps you can remember a time when you stood before a pond or a lake and it was quiet and peaceful. You may have tossed a pebble into the center and noticed the ripples spreading out, one ripple after another, flowing outward farther and farther. The ripples slowing down, becoming farther apart, until the water was once again calm and peaceful. I'm going to invite you now to imagine your body is like that body of water. And as you drop a pebble into the center of your body, you can feel ripples of relaxation rippling out, waves of relaxation flowing through your body, up and through your torso, into your chest and your back, up through the vertebra and spreading out into each and every muscle of your back, through your shoulders and arms, up through your neck, your jaw, face, and scalp. Feeling those ripples relax you as your muscles let go and become soft and loose. Feeling the ripples of relaxation flowing down through the bottom of your torso. Flowing through your abdomen and your pelvis, down through your thighs, calves, ankles, and toes. Know that each time you drop a pebble into the center of your body, you can become more relaxed. As you become more relaxed, you find yourself becoming more quiet and peaceful. Now bring your attention to the spot between your eyes, the third eye, and imagine a light there. What color is the light between your eyes? Now imagine that light becoming a beam that extends out into space. Follow that beam as it leaves this building, as it travels above the city, as it continues out so that you can view the entire area. Keep going farther and farther into outer space and notice the curvature of the earth. As you keep going farther and farther out, you find yourself enveloped by the softness and quiet of space. Notice the big blue-green ball below you with the white clouds wisping around it. Allow yourself to enjoy this perspective for a moment. Now notice another beam of light very near to you, a different color from the one you followed into outer space. Begin to follow that beam back down to earth. The beam is taking you back to earth 20 years from now, 20 years into the future. Keep following this beam down, noticing the curvature of the earth and the geography stretched out below you. As you come closer to the end of the beam, keep noticing where you are. This is where your future self lives. You, your future self at your most wise. You, your highest self, your most magnificent self 20 years from now. Come into contact with Earth and notice where you are. Notice what dwelling or nature surrounds you. Now move to the dwelling of your future self, to the dwelling of your highest self. What does it look like? What kind of landscape does it have? Are there trees, flowers? What kind? Get a sense of this place. Now have someone come to the door. On the other side of the door is your future self waiting to greet you. Yourself 20 years from now. Yourself totally fulfilled. As the door opens, what do you notice? Greet your future self and notice the way your future self returned your greeting, welcoming you into this time and place 20 years in the future. Take in this person, your future self. What does this person look like? Notice how this person stands, what this person's wearing. Get a sense of this person's essence. Notice the inside of this dwelling. What kind of person lives here? What are the colors of this place? Now move with your future self to a comfortable place for conversation. Perhaps your future self offers you something to drink. Settle in and make yourself comfortable for a talk with your future self. There are questions that you might want to ask your future self. Begin by asking, what is it that you most remember about the past 20 years? Take a moment now to hear the answer. Now, ask your future self the following question. What do I need to know to get me from where I am now to where you are? What would be most helpful? Good. Now take a moment and ask your future self your own questions. What other questions would you like to ask your future self? And bringing this visit to a close, thank your future self for being here with you today and sharing so much wisdom. As you turn away, your future self touches your shoulder, and you turn around, and your future self hands you a gift. Take a look at this gift. What does it mean for you? Thank your future self and find your way back to the beam of light and journey back up the beam, watching this world 20 years in the future grow ever smaller as you move out into space. Again, you see the ball of blue and green below you, clouds swirling around it. Notice that your beam of light has intersected with a different beam of light that will bring you back to this year and this location. Follow this beam of light back to the present time on Earth. As you travel down this beam, notice the Earth growing bigger and bigger. Moving farther down the beam, notice the geography of the area, the skyline and landscape of the area, and finally come back into the room here. Good. And in a few moments, I'm going to count from 3 to 1. At the count of 1, you will be refreshed and alert as if you've had the perfect amount of rest, knowing you can remember everything you wish of this inner journey. When you open your eyes, please remain silent. You can pause the video and jot down things you want to remember about your journey. 3, coming back to present time, becoming more alert and refreshed. 2, stretching your body, feeling the ground beneath you. And 1, eyes open, refreshed, and alert. Welcome back. So I hope you've taken some time to write down some of the gems from your journey with your future self. And I wanted to do this exercise early on because oftentimes, once we become aware of our gremlins, we can sometimes start, and maybe you have already, wondering how can we tell the difference between our true fear, gut intuition that, wow, you better stay away from this situation, versus a gremlin fear. And one way to do this is to really tap into what's going on with your body when you're feeling this sense of fear. So with the future self, knowing that your future self is most wise. Many of you may have noticed that when you asked the question, the answer came pretty clear and pretty quickly. And if it didn't, that's okay too. You can do this exercise as much as you want to get more answers or clearer answers or ask different questions. But your future self knows what you need and what you need to do without the obscurations of your gremlin, without the bullshit negative talk and the limiting self-beliefs and any of that. Your future self knows. And so when you're having this feeling, ask yourself, what would my highest self say? What would my most magnificent self say? What would my future self say about this right now? And what you might notice is if it's from a place of true knowing, of true wisdom, the feeling, even if it's a no or a negative or a fear, the feeling is still calm, still, and quiet and centered. It still feels good somehow because it's so clear. When your gremlin is speaking up about fear, it's different for everyone, but often the gremlin the common denominator is that it's a very negative, sticky, aggressive energy. So, let's say you're wanting to launch your website, and the fear of a gremlin would feel like, oh shit, this isn't ready yet, no one's gonna like it, you're not ready yet, you need to not do it, blah blah blah. Don't do it, because then if you put it up before it's perfect, people will think you're lame, and then you'll never get them back, you'll lose them forever. I mean, really negative, kind of heavy, aggressive, angry energy. Now, if your website truly wasn't ready, a different way that your future self would say is, well, it may not be perfect, but that's okay too. Do things imperfectly. Do things afraid anyway. Same, different perspective, different feeling. Or, okay, it's not ready yet, so do what you need to do today and launch it tomorrow. Done. A very clear, quiet voice without a lot of story behind it, without a lot of you are, it, never, it, always, they, will. Your intuition, a lot of people refer to it as the still, soft voice. So it's a still, soft voice, and it can say yes or no. But start playing with learning the difference between the two. And as we're working on clarity, if you're ever unsure about something, go back to your future self and say, okay, is this going to serve me, future self? Is this me wanting this? Is this going to serve me? Or any advice about this? And remember, this is you, fully fulfilled, already having accomplished everything that you're wanting to do. Okay? So use this activity as much as you want. I do it several times a year because I find that I get different results every time, and I can bring different questions to the table and allow your future self to change a little bit too. I mean, as we grow and develop, our future selves may look different. They may live someplace else. They may have different characteristics. So don't look at this as, oh my God, I have to really think of this perfectly because I have to really nail my future self down so I can go to her forever and ever and ever. It's like, no, just allow your future self to evolve just like you evolve. And some people, it does stay the same all the time. Mine is a wild huntress, and she's so badass. I wish I was an artist so that I could draw her outfit. She's got this deerskin sexy leather thing on, and she's got bows and arrows, kind of like Avatar style, and she's so physically fit but in tune with nature, and so wise and confident. And mine doesn't have a frou-frou name. That just never worked for me, but a lot of people it works for them. So anyway, I can drop into her and get really clear about what I want, especially when I'm feeling afraid. I use my future self a lot. So I hope this exercise helped you. I hope you feel comfortable coming back to it and doing it again when you need, and use it to kick your gremlin's ass. Okay, bye.